shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm here with a new laptop, so I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late to the party, guys. Thank y'all for still rocking with your boy. Hey, man, we gonna power through whatever we got going, and this is gonna be a special show because I'm gonna feature, man. You know he needs no introduction. AB the hero, and we're gonna just talk about some. Hold on, see some laundry over there. Get out of here, laundry. We keep it real over here on this show, god dog it. So we're gonna have AB on. And shout out to the early birds in the building. Celine, what's up? What's up? Appreciate you. And we're going to bring them up. We're going to break down a few film session items from Lonzo and Lamelo's recent games. We're just going to talk about what we see. So you guys in between the lines know what's going on. And without further ado, let me bring him up. Hey, B, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Shout out Hoop Jargon. Shout out Hoop Jargon.
Appreciate you. Now, I'm going to cut that up and put that on my next one, man.
Straight up.
Yeah, man. How you feeling, AB?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's been a hell of a season. It can't stop, won't stop. All-star season for my dog Lamelo, looking like an all-star season for my dog Lonzo. Free Jello, you know that's the type of time I'm on. Yeah, great seasons though.
Isn't this great to experience, man? Because you know people who've been holding the family down for so long. You know, in the streets, it wasn't always great, you know what I'm saying, being where we at, talking that talk. So, man, just talking, man, how's it feel as far as vindication? You know what I mean?
Man, you know, I would say it does feel good. It feels good because you're right. It was not always easy. Back when LeVar was doing all his stuff and it was just hype, everybody was on the ship. People was interested. When they got rocky with Zoe, when LaMelo left and went to overseas, Jello doing all of these things, it took Jello 2 or 3 years to get to everybody. And their mama was saying I was crazy. Even Jello, the little bit of success that he's had, people would have never imagined it. Folks told me that he couldn't even start at the YMCA. Right. And now he in the G League. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Lonzo and his trials and tribulations and everything that he done been through. Folks bust this, bust that, and now he's leading the league in 3-point percentage. Started over here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He started from the bottom, and now he here with it. You feel me? All of that stuff. And then, obviously, what they did to my dog LaMelo, they pulled him off the draft boards at one point. They had him a second rounder at one point. They had liabilities all over the place. He ain't a team player. He's selfish. He can't do this, a shot, all of it. And then now you look at him in Charlotte and they like, Melo is a leader on this team. We go as he goes. He sets the pace. He sets the tone. So for me, it's just a blessing to be here and be able to say, I told you so. I got one of them I told you so hats somewhere around here that I wish I would have had it. But, you know what I'm saying? I definitely was one of the folks who said, I told you so. So
I love it.
It's been good.
I love it, man. I tell you what, I like being right about my sports takes. This one it's the sweetest, man. It is the sweetest, hands down, no competition. Because wearing this shirt to a lot of people at one point was a joke. Like they like, oh, how you gonna buy that? I mean, this shirt costs $50. I'm like, I believe in what they doing, and you may not see it, because you know, AB, I'm gonna keep it real. Everybody don't have foresight, man. Some people wait until it smack you in the face, then you believe in it. When cats like us, man, you know, we saw the structure, we saw the talent. I was like, oh yeah, I'm on board with this. And you may not see it right now. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. I thought that was a great synopsis you put on it, especially you being, you know, an announcer for the JBA. And I remember just commenting the thing. And you never said my comment, but I was just like, you know, Houston.
The things just be scrolling so fast, man. But no, that was a good time. Yeah.
I know it, and I just was like, I was just so happy to see it metastasize into something that was something tangible. Like people were talking all that stuff, but at the end of the day, a JBA game would have, when you look at Facebook the next day, 400,000 streams.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That means people are looking at it. I'm sorry, guys.
Yep.
That's what that means. Shout out to P. Rose.
And
Shout out between the games, man. Go ahead, AB.
and what was amazing about that if you really think about the fact that obviously the only two players in that whole league that people knew going into it was Jello and Melo. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
there are characters and guys who came on the scene who people still care about from that league. And you know what I mean? Who got global fans now? You know what I mean? Look at the Curtis Hollises, the Jarrell Springers. People monthly, daily hit me up and be like, "Whatever happened to Hollywood Ray? Whatever, you know what I mean?" So it was able to at least, you know what I mean, garner some notoriety for some of those guys that I feel like a lot of these I would call semi-pro or minor leagues that pop up year to year couldn't do, you know what I mean, for a guy. So it was it served a purpose, man. I'm sad that it didn't blossom and bloom into something bigger and bigger and better, but it was dope for what it was.
It was extremely dope for what it was, and it's good to see play for the Warriors affiliate. Who am I thinking about?
Curtis Hollis. That's him.
Hollis. Yeah. Hollis.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to, man, Hollis, you know, I got to chop it up with him when I went to the Drew League game. You know what I'm saying? It's just good to see, like you say, that everybody who swears up and down. I got Dane, I got to get on your ass. Dane is my guy, man. He's a scout for the Phoenix Suns. And even when we had debates on this channel, they were saying that, he didn't do nothing. But you see, it's validation. He played for the Golden State Warriors affiliate. So you just can't say it's Jello and Melo. He actually had guys that went off, and Jordan Rieger going overseas and doing his thing, man. So you cannot act like it wasn't nothing. You can't do it.
Bro, here's the thing, that there is at least 15 to 20 guys from the JBA who played pro ball overseas afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It's a league with 60 to 80 guys, you know what I mean? Folks rotated in and out of there. And for 20 of them to go pro and one of them to be the Melo was number 2 pick in the draft.
3.
Number 3, that's some 1 season, 8 games. That's some talent right there. That's some good odds. You know what I'm saying? 20, because in what I looked at when I seen a lot of these guys end up getting signed to play for these different pro leagues, in all of their bios, it said played in the JBA. You know what I mean? So here we didn't give it the right amount of credit, but all of them leagues overseas and stuff was like you played in LeVar, and that was the highlight. The picture that it showed for them was a picture of them playing in the JBA. You know what I'm saying? Even dudes who played in the JBA, played in another pro league, and then played somewhere else, they're like, you know how in the NBA on Monday Night Football say, "Where'd you come from?" On their bios, it say JBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it got some respect, man. It did what it was supposed to do. But 20 pro players out of 60, and then if there wasn't no pandemic, it probably would have been even crazier. So a lot of them didn't make the NBA, which is everybody's goal. But if you take that ratio and extrapolate it or compare it to what they do in the NCAA, that's dang good. That's dang good numbers to me.
Damn good numbers, and I don't care. And I said this in real time, so I'm gonna beat my chest a little bit on these streams because I never doubted. Like I'm like, dog, that is a great opportunity. When you had guys like who was the Southland Conference Freshman of the Year playing. I forget the brother played for UTSA. Like, dude, these dudes can
Deion
hoop.
Lau. Yeah.
Deion Lyles can hoop. He played for was it who Lyles? But was it Seattle?
Chicago.
Yeah. So man, you can't deny that that's talent playing. I don't care who you are, what you say. And like Between the Game Sports, man, shout out to my high school teammate Will, aka Between Game Sports. Said crazy how the same idea LeVar had over time took that concept and ran with it. People need to give credit where credit is due.
Facts. Yeah.
It's crazy when LeVar do it, but when somebody else do it, they just take it as whatever. Like it's just okay, they got a league. Okay. And shout out to my boy Ghost, man. Ghost got the hilarious comments all the time. What's up, Hoop and Dudley? Appreciate you.
I would say Deion Lau played pro in Argentina. He played pro in probably like 3 or 4 different countries already. So yeah, he was a hooper.
There you go, man. Come on, man. Let's stop playing. So Ken, we're gonna go over both brothers in the NBA right now. And in another stream, we're gonna break down Jello. We're gonna go Lamelo and Lonzo. We're just gonna go through what we see and to see the improvements we've seen from last year and just kind of show where like all this stuff that people swore LeVar was just hype. It's actually materializing to high level play at the NBA level, which is the highest level, which we all understand.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let me go ahead and get there, man. So any other precursor you got, man, till we go and just hop into it, bro?
No, let's go ahead and get into it.
Let's do it. All right, so boy, it's always crazy when you first get a new laptop, man. This thing do the hell they want to do. All right, so we're gonna start off with Lonzo with his 27-point game.
That boy Lonzo, man.
Was hey man, people just they love you. You know something I see too, AB. They love to compare the brothers to try to sow dissension in a certain way. And I'm just not going, dog. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna say that. Oh well, it's just Lamelo playing better, or like Zoe, he doing better. I don't do that, man. I don't do that.
Yeah,
they both balling, man.
Yeah, I like to do that just because it's good entertainment. It's good fun. I feel like in sports, you know what I'm saying? We love the Jordan, Mike, LeBron, Kobe. You know what I mean? Like you got to do the comparisons. I think to me, I acknowledge my bias, and because I was so close to Melo in the JBA and watching him play and being around him for a little bit of time, he always gonna be my favorite. You know what I mean? When it comes to those two, fair. You know what I mean? And Jello right there. I probably personally, I like to watch Jello and Melo play even before Zoe at times. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my bias, just because I done seen them come through the mud with it.
No, that's fair. And what I guess the way what I mean by that is I don't want people to demean the other brother using the 100%. Brother. Yeah. I'm just like, nah, man.
No, that's the thing. I done been in those debates too, right? Where one of the guys come to my channel all the time. He be trying to hype up Jello, and in order to hype up Jello, he got to make Zoe a buzz. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like you ain't got to do that. I mean, you know, you could give somebody their flowers without tearing somebody down for sure.
There you go. And that's my whole point. So man, so appreciate everybody on stream, man. Let's go ahead and hop into it. I know y'all watching the game, and I know I'm infringed on y'all time, but you know, AB a busy man. I'm a busy man, and so this is the time that worked out. So thank y'all so much for who are all on the stream. Let's start off with Lonzo. All right, so this is obviously the game against LA, his homecoming game. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. I know that bad boy's loud. All right, let's get it popping.
Here's the former Laker Lonzo, ball for three.
So first thing I noticed, Splash, like, and this is a guy, like you said, leading the league in 3-point percentage. And this is the time where people swear he can do that. And I know this is light. It's just a quick pull-up, but it just shows the disrespect. Not stepping up on him, man. So you see anything with that first thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it, right? Most teams around the league at this point understand that that Zoe got a shot. He gonna knock it down. But you can see the tension between it's the Lakers though. You know what I mean? They the team who gonna be like, we're gonna let you shoot it a little bit. We're gonna give you extra space this time, and he torched him for it. So you know what I mean? He did the right thing back in LA, his old team, and I was happy that he came out and did what he did this game.
Absolutely. Let's keep it pushing.
Bang.
Great shot. And fair use.
Kendrick Nunn is dealing with injury right now. He's got ankle.
Great pass. Court vision. Catch your guy coming down from the corner 3 position, looking back door, and you see he looked the defender off as well. High level IQ shit right here.
Bulls. Kendrick Nunn is dealing with.
Looks his guy off, and that's coming off a down screen, so that's a lot of clutter. So you gotta anticipate your guy coming off at the right time and hit him with that pass. That's a precision pass.
Injury right now. He's got
2 points. Boom. What you got?
He threw that boy right by Westbrook's head too. So that's even, you know what I mean? He's standing right in front of him and don't have time to do nothing. What I appreciate about that is that type of play is what he came to Chicago to do, right? Absolutely. Being a point guard, have the ball in the half court set, and be able to, you know what I mean, show some of that facilitation skill that he, you know what I mean, has been praised for so long. So yeah, this as Zoe being Zoe.
Absolutely. Let's keep it moving.
Nice back cut or DeRozan.
Fair use. Coming down.
Ball comes back.
Nice.
Nice play.
I like this because you gotta, as a facilitator, because I've seen some critique about Lonzo that his assist numbers is not where people want it to be. But you gotta know, like, sometimes you get hockey assists, sometimes you get straight assists. Now, this is a touch pass that leads, it doesn't lead to a highlight dunk or anything like that. But to me, all right, you're coming off of let's see, was that a down screen action? Was that a ball screen action? Let me see. Okay, no, just regular action. It's kind of like a little rub up top, not really a real screen, just a little disruption. So it's a rub. He replaces.
Nice.
So he does a really good job of anticipating people's movements, and a lot of point guards, Russell Westbrook, don't do well with that, and I think it shows a lot in your in your results, man. Go ahead, AB.
Yeah, no, I think that's once again that's what will keep him in this league for a long time. Is that be a vision and all of that stuff. I think that it was sad before when you see him come down, toss the ball to somebody and run to the corner. And it's so for Chicago to even run that type of motion for him, man, says a lot about how much they trust him and are actually letting him do what he's doing. When you look at this play here, you also got Zach LaVine is the one standing in the corner, helping create the space. And that's dope.
Yeah, and this was AB's talking about, y'all. So you got your star player on the weak side, and that's good because you trust Lonzo to have the keys. And LeVar's always said, man, give my boy the ball and let him do his thing. And that's what Zoe is about, man. And so I love watching plays like this because it just shows his high level IQ. Even it's a simple play. It's a simple play, but you can read the situation and you see the coach trust him as well.
And you think about how smart it is for him to be throwing that lob to, was it that Damon Jones Jr.?
Yeah.
Who was a high flyer, dunker, you know what I mean? Like, it's just you're putting the right people in position to make that play.
The right play.
If everybody on that team can go get it, you know what I mean? He can go get it and make that play. So that's dope.
Absolutely. Let's move forward.
Lonzo ball.
Fair use.
In terms of how much they make them.
Russo's throwing up top.
Here is ball again.
Notice the no hesitation. That was always his thing, sitting, looking, and then getting to it. No hesitation because he trusts his jump shot. I love that because the thing you always want from your point guard is you got to be a scoring threat at all times. So I think the league is still not respecting his jumper like he should. But as y'all know in this game, he hit, I think, 7 threes. So he gonna put you on notice. Like, nah, you can't sag off me at all.
Yeah, they are. I think it won't take much longer before that type of space won't be there anymore for him. Like, and which is so dope because once that happens, it's gonna open it up for LaVine and DeRozan even more.
Absolutely. Let's proceed forward.
Hot sauce.
A big baller. Floater in the final seconds.
So here we go. Open court. Quick pass up.
To seal it.
Guys,
Beautiful.
everybody, every point guard does not do this. Most point guards want the adulation to show that they can break a defender down, then pass it. No ego. Getting the ball up quick. Easy score. Your team going next way.
And I think that those are the type of plays that, like, obviously that one turned into an assist, right? But oftentimes when you get a guy like Zoe who makes that play, it inspires the guy who gets the ball to make the right play as well. So the right play this time was go ahead and score. But if somebody else is in better position, he gonna kick that ball to him, you know what I mean, to do the right thing. And so it's just that type of playmaking is infectious for a team. So
I love that your word choice is infectious passing because what happens if you remember before Lonzo came to the Lakers, they had what's your man name? D'Angelo Russell, and they were like one of the dead last in assists. And when Lonzo came to the Lakers, they were like top 10 in assists because it's infectious. When you make a culture of moving the ball quickly, people generally adjust to what you establish as a point guard. And that's why one of the reasons why Chicago's doing so well because it's an infectious ball sharing, man. Let's get it.
Yeah.
To the rim.
What a burst of speed.
He's helping out on defensive end here. Had to leave Carmelo to help out on Davis. And he leaked.
Before I even go, so listen, guys, for you to know to throw that like that, that means you were watching where your back man is already. So after the rebound, you knew where he was going to be, and you trusted him to get to that spot. That comes from practice as well. High-level point guards do this stuff, and it leads to a great assist. It doesn't lead to a great highlight, but it leads to your team getting easy baskets. Good teams get easy baskets.
Yeah. And this is back to that infectious thing, right? When you know you got in the point guard who can get you the ball if you're running, like this make you get out there and run more, right? So as you know that if Lonzo get it, he gonna find me down here, and then you take off running. So like even being that far out in front of folks, you don't see that a lot. You know what I mean? That everybody not on that break trying to get down there, because ain't nobody trying to run down there for no reason. But you know what I mean? Lonzo, your point guard, you're gonna go ahead and do it.
And you're
That,
right. Go ahead, AB. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and to like just give flowers to my dog LeVar, like that full court pass that they have damn near made signature for them. You know what I mean? Like that's incorporated in the system that they've been running since, you know what I mean, the beginning of the time since they picked up a basketball, and you see it still working on the NBA level. So that's dope to me.
It is, and a lot of people think that his style won't work on the NBA level, but it shows, man. Fast passing, man. My coach told me this in college all the time. Your passing is faster than somebody running, and the way he did it was he had somebody trying to run full court dribbling. He had a thing where 3 guys passed the ball up. He's like, make 2 full court layups, and we passed the ball up, and it was damn near 4 times the speed of passing the ball up and somebody running physically. So these kind of things lead to easy transition buckets, and high-level point guards understand this, man. High-level point guards understand this. I gotta give him his credit, man. And shout out to the comments trickling in. Let's see. What do you think brought on this confidence in Lonzo? AB, I'll let you answer that. What do you think brought on his newfound confidence?
I think that he is finally in the position, for one, that he actually chose, and like they chose him based on who he was. You know what I mean? Not around that much hype, not all of that other stuff. You know, there's always speculation that when he was in Los Angeles, like the pressure of Magic choosing the golden child Lonzo is what, you know what I mean, they would have went somewhere else, and even the way that they treated him, it seemed like that was there. Going to New Orleans in that trade, he didn't want to be there, you know what I mean, in that situation. And you see how they put the ball in his hand. Everybody on this Chicago team said, we want Zoe to be Zoe. We believe in you. We trust you. And you can see that from him on the court. And the truth of the matter is the boy done put the work in.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The confidence is that he know over the summer, he done really put the work in and been doing this thing. So it's a confidence comes from a lot of different areas with him.
Facts. And I'm gonna give a shout out a few more people, and shout out to 47 first. Yes, sir. Triple B's all day. Shout out to Rave Kingdom, man. My guy. Shout out to the panel, man. Shout out to my girl V Higgins. Man, she got a dope gym in Houston, man. 5 Fit. Y'all look that up. It's in the Galleria area. One of my she hooped on the girls team at Prairie View when I played basketball, you know, at Prairie View. So and shout out to Super Team VIP. Cheers, always in Florida. Appreciate you. I patronize the thing, man. So we doing a real live film breakdown. I know this ain't the most exciting thing, but I think it's important that we breaking down what make these guys great, and you actually view what we're doing as we go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
South ball finds him. DeRozan.
Great.
Compton's in the house.
Hey, the announcer be tripping.
Yeah.
I done called them a couple times. A big baller, Compton in the house. He be going in. He ain't as good as the Charlotte dude, but he on something. He on something too.
Hey man, he ain't no talking with Fresh and they be the hero, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hey, I wasn't gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be pulling the chicken out the oven and all that stuff, but you know, he all right.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so look at the confidence. Look at the fluidity, dog.
Bang, bang,
I'll leave
bang.
it right there.
It's there, man. But go back to that one time. Look at the disrespect on the closeout, though. Is that Melo?
Let me see. Disrespect to the closeout. Here we go. All right, so Lonzo's coming weak side.
The ball for 3.
Oh, that is a bullshit. Oh my God. My high school coach would have subbed Melo out for that bullshit closeout.
You know what I'm saying? Put a hand up. He nothing. He gave that. That's it. Yeah.
That's what you call an Olay closeout. That's an Olay Matador defense. Lord have mercy. Damn, I didn't even peep that. Here we go. So we got 2 keen eyes on this play, man. Let's see. Joseph High says, do you think his style is different from Lamelo? Yes, it is, and we're gonna kind of go over that when we go over Lamelo. So stay tuned. Appreciate Joseph Howard, Hoop Jargon member of the building, from Facebook. He says, Justin Singleton, another Hoop Jargon member, says, I just want to know what shooting coach he worked with to get that funky shot he fixed. What's the guy name? You remember, AB?
I don't remember his name, but I want to say it was some dude on the New Orleans staff, right?
Let me see if I can Google it. He definitely had a shooting coach, and it definitely changed big time. Let's see. Let me put Lonzo. I want to give y'all the answers on the fly.
Yeah.
Shooting coach. I mean, and sometimes, man, and again, I give LeVar a lot of credit, man, because LeVar made them shoot 3-point range when they were kids. When I got to hang out with him, and shout out to Ball Facts, man. Me and him both went out to their original house in Chino, which his brother now lives in. He was saying that he made them shoot. They had to make 100 threes before they got in the house. Like NBA range threes, like not shoot 100, make 100. And this is they were little boys. So he basically made them have skills, NBA level skills at a young age. And when they got a little older, they just, that's why, well, besides Jello, they got the little funky little twitch on them, in my opinion. But now Lonzo stuff is just so pure and fluid, man. It's just like you can't. He already had the foundation to shoot from deep. And I don't know if y'all know, if y'all ever shot an NBA 3-pointer, that shit is far as hell. And the fact they can shoot at such a high level just shows the testament of how they were raised, man. So yeah. I think it's a combination of LeVar's pre-training and then his shooting coaches fine-tuning.
And what it is too, man, is
Fred Vincent.
Fred Vincent, all right. Even though, like, obviously he came into the league with that funky jumper, but what I feel like you're from even what you're saying is what he did have is the like ability to work hard on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Absolutely.
If you used to making 100 shots a night, it's nothing when you need to fix it and now you need to shoot another 100 shots a night to get it right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like the first time in the gym and all of a sudden now I'm trying to learn how to work hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You used to doing that. You putting up 2,000 or 3,000 shots a week. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's something instilled in from a young age.
And I'm gonna say this too. He said 100 shots from each spot, so it was side, top of the key, side. So that's 300 in total. You got to make 100. And AB is right, man. Like when I played college basketball, y'all, I played Division I level, as y'all probably know. Bro, I didn't put that kind of work in. I did not. When I was done practicing, I would probably put about 50 to 100 shots up, make a miss. I'm going home. And guys who got this type of work ethic are rare because it's boring, it's tedious, it's arduous. And it's not fun. Like you usually when you play basketball because it's fun. That shit right here to learn and improve your shot is work. It's not fun. It's work. And I gotta give Lonzo so much credit for tweaking that and understanding that what people were saying or how it may have been hindering his success and improving it. I gotta give him so much credit for that, man.
Yeah, I will tell you too, because I played D1 football. And I didn't put that extra work in either. I thought I was just gifted from God. I just walk out there, run a 4.3 and all that. Like I don't even need all that. But what I'll say is that I remember riding by fields and watching some of my teammates out there put extra work in. And I can say that like if 5 of them was out there doing it, 4 of them got shots on the next level just from, you know what I mean, putting that extra work in,
Absolutely.
And they might not have panned out and played a ton of ball, but they got to a different place that they probably wouldn't have got to without that extra work.
Absolutely. Shout out to AB, man. My last interviewee was Marcus Fizer, who also played at Iowa State, played basketball, obviously, played for the Chicago Bulls, man. So I got 2 Iowa State legends back to back on this stream, man. Shout out to y'all, 2 brothers. Yeah. I was Cyclone Nation in the building.
Straight out.
Rocking.
Go! Bang, bang, bang.
Look at the confidence. Look at the confidence. I love it, man.
Westbrook in traffic.
I gotta say, y'all know me on this channel. Russell Westbrook and me and him don't agree. Look at that shot. Dear God. I'm a Laker fan, so this is a 2-part harmony film breakdown. Oh my God! Look at the form.
That should hit the corner back there. I don't know how you can't even try to do that. You can't.
Oh man,
I could do that.
Yeah. We all came from the couch shoot a shot that bad, but I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I know some of y'all get tight when I talk about Westbrook, so I'm gonna leave it at that. He's a great basketball player. Shout out to Rap God Reloaded, man. AB and Hoop. Yes, sir, man. The two powers come together.
Bad shot. Levine up ahead to Lonzo Ball.
Up ahead, there it
Infectious.
is again.
Infectious. Now, I will say this. I didn't watch a lot of Zach LaVine before that. I was willing to bet that he does not normally do those baseball passes like that. Those football passes, however you want to put it. What do you think, AB?
Oh yeah, no, he don't do. Was that Zach LaVine threw that pass?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see, no, that's something new to his game. I ain't never seen him do that.
I've never seen. I mean, like I said, I didn't watch a ton of Zach LaVine. I watched a lot of him, but I never seen him being a facilitator. Look at him. First instinct. Give it up.
Up ahead to Lonzo Ball. Good pass.
Yeah.
Your typical MVP, or not, okay, you back up. All-star level guys, the average dude was gonna look to get his.
Mhm.
He has that infectious pass that Lonzo has set with him, and that's why, in my opinion, he will pass that with no ego. And I love that, man. I love that.
And I think too, what I appreciate about that is they get out and run for Lonzo, and you see him getting out and running for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, that's it. And that they so they throw it out there to him. So that's dope.
Yeah, and I like this comment,
Well,
Rap God. Now, this is a very controversial take. I do think Lonzo Ball is better than Westbrook, and not because career-wise, there's no argument to be had. It's where you are right now as a player. I would take Lonzo Ball over Westbrook 11 times out of 10. Sorry. Go argue with your mama.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it raw. Oh, I got a few more comments. I'm sorry. Let me keep up. I appreciate y'all in the chat keeping it popping. I think Westbrook's shot has gotten worse. Well, you and everybody else who watch Westbrook. Levine's a 3-level scorer, doesn't really like to pass like that. When Zote, exactly. So he to me, Levine's always been a scorer first with a little bit of passing ability, a tweener, as it were. And now he's having that infectious passing spirit. And yeah, facts, man. I appreciate that, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it rocking.
I think I'll say that's a gift and that's a gift and a curse for like when folks be commenting on Lonzo's stat line, right? Is you get the infectious, you know what I mean? You start to infect people with passing, and then now you got a guy like Zach LaVine who gonna get 20 shots and he want to pass too now. You know what I mean? So Lonzo would get normally maybe an extra 4 or 5 assists, and them gonna slide over to Zach because he want to get involved with it too. So, but
that's a great comment.
Have that on a good team.
Yeah, because like in a common box score situation, who brings up infectious passing as an attribute to accentuate a player's, what they bring to the table? And the answer is nobody. Nobody talks about stuff like that. They talk about, oh well, he had 14, 8, and 3. He could have had more assists. Like, I get that. However, the stuff he does as far as nuance level, which nuance basically means the stuff that you can't necessarily, put towards a certain stat line. That's what Lonzo brings to the table. And that's why, in my mind, he's always been a budding great point guard, because he does the stuff that guys who are like swingmen or your scorers, he puts you in that easy position to score because he controls pace. And that's very hard to do at the NBA level.
Yeah.
That's very hard to do at the NBA. Yep. Keep it rolling.
Sometimes Zach gave it to.
I also see people mad that Zoe don't have a dunk package, but I'm like, I mirror that sentiment. I wish he was more aggressive going to the rim, but as a point guard, I want you to do this shit right here. This is what gets the team to win, not just a dunk package. I want you to get guys open and have guys follow your leadership and to be passing like you. That's what I care about more than that for my point guard.
Yeah.
Grab that loose ball. Leaves it for Lonzo Ball. Another 3.
Look at him. Look at my boy. Look at him. Could you see him doing that year one?
No way. No way. I'll tell you, if you go back, Melo closed out a lot better that time too. Somebody got on him.
Let me go back.
Leaves it for Lonzo Ball.
Oh, he closed out hard as shit.
Yeah, and he got a hand up and everything.
Yeah. But and that's in AB. I love the part you brought out with the idiosyncrasies of defense and how you make, when you're a threat, you make guys react to your stuff at a more strenuous order. So the fact that Melo knows the first time he got his ass heated up, I'm sure coach told him, Second time, he come out there closing hard. But that's what you do. You make the defense respect what you do, and they change it. Man, I'm glad you pointed that out, man. All right, let's keep it rocking.
Another three.
Look at my boy.
Bang.
Nice.
Let that leg hang. Yeah. Feel yourself, man.
Points for Carmelo Anthony now. Ball's open.
Another thing, mid-range. Lonzo was not taking advantage of mid-range for a big point in his career. So now he is, in what you're seeing, guys, is full confidence in his shot. So now he's doing what you call giving what the defense gives you. And now that's when you basically are a savant at your offensive game, because whatever they show, you can react at a very high clip. And that's what very good players do. Kobe Bryant, Kobe had like 3 different motions out of a backup post-up situation because he was such a savant like that. So go ahead, AB.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're right. You're right. This is a development in his game for sure. One of the things that I always like, even games, because he's had really good games throughout his career, but every game that he ever had 27, 28 points, if you look at the box score, somehow he done knocked down 9 threes and 0 2, you know what I mean, mid-range attempts, 0 layups, 0 free throws, just all from behind the arc. So I love to see games where he knocked down 7 threes and then give me 2 mid-range shots. You know what I mean? 3, you know what I mean? He knocked down 3 mid-range shots and then 7 threes on top of it. And then that's how I know when he like really is rolling and feeling it. You know what I mean? Because I think that the 3-point shot, obviously, right now in the NBA is deadly, but it doesn't speak to his confidence level. You know what I mean? Because that's also like a scapegoat shot for him at times, I feel like. So when he get into the basket and taking the mid-range shots, I feel like that's when you know Zoe on to something. He feeling himself.
Facts. I'm with that all the way. Shout out to Justin Singleton again. So the Bulls coach would be OKC, right? Yes, that's correct. It's Billy Donovan. I played against him when I was in college. He used to coach at the University of Florida. He's getting another chance to make it right. The team been playing ball, not a bunch of isolation. Yes, man, I'm telling you.
Yeah. And
that's what make Golden State so good. Man, Golden State is not just playing ISO deep shooting 3 ball. They move the ball around, man. And that's how they won those championships. And so I love to see the Bulls moving the ball because that's what good teams do. Good teams move the basketball, man.
Yep.
All right, Valencia says, that's crazy, Team Westbrook. Well, you by yourself on that one. I think,
man, you know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I will say about Russell is, and I can't remember how they fared in Houston, but they made the playoffs when he was in Houston, right?
Yep.
And then that Wizards team last year, but they were looking
the playing game.
Yeah, but so I will say that Russell, while he's not a win, he does have a history of taking teams who should not be good at all and then making them competitive a bit. You know what I'm saying? If you got a trash team and you add a Russell Westbrook to your lineup, then there's a probability that that y'all gonna be okay.
I'm gonna give you some pushback on that. Rockets came off of getting to the I think Western Conference Finals before that, and Chris Paul left. Chris Paul went to OKC. Westbrook went to the Rockets, and the OKC Thunder were better than the Rockets. And Chris Paul had OKC playing like a legit playoff team. Yeah. And that was a throwaway team. That was a junk team. If we're being honest. We're being honest.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
And right now, the Wizards from via the trade are a better team without Russell Westbrook. It is what it is. And let me get this, AB. When Russell Westbrook, when the Rockets get eliminated by the Lakers, they were down 20. Russell Westbrook was like, y'all better get somebody to come guard me. Can't nobody guard me. I'm like, dude, you're down 20 and you're about to get put out the playoffs. And in your mind, you worry about your personal matchup. And I always say that is how his mind thinks. He wants to win the matchup. Guys like Lonzo, Lonzo had a great quote I put on my community tab. While he shoots the last second threes, I don't care about my percentage. Like I want to go in. Guys like that who are selfless, I'm telling you guys, you get different results. Even if talent is not equal, but from commitment to your team, you get different results, man. I'm sorry. That's how basketball is.
I feel you, and I agree with you. I think that players like the Chris Pauls of the world, the LeBron Jameses, they go to teams and they have a history of like making you a championship contender. I'm saying that if you put Russell on your trash team, he gonna like, and you rebuilding, he gonna get you like to a place where now you got some guys who maybe developed a little bit, and you one step away. You know what I mean? Russ lead the team, and everybody get better. They're like, yo, we learned so much from Russ. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to give him some credit. He leaves teams better than when he got there. LeBron lead your team, and y'all going down the hill. Y'all in the lottery for the next 3 years. Russ lead your team, and then you taking it to the next level. You down there a contender.
Okay, so when you frame it that way, I have to agree with the fact that LeBron leaves teams scorched earth. We've only seen that to be so. I will agree with you there. Well, not so much Miami, because when LeBron left, Chris Bosh turned back into an all-star level player. Well, like a not a reserve all-star, but like a legit all-star 2010 guy. So
yeah,
mixed bag, but for the most part, LeBron leads teams in scorched earth. I will agree with that. I just think Westbrook, to me, and shout out to Joy D'Angelo, man. I was on her stream 2 days ago, and me and her had it out about Westbrook. It's just like, to me, Westbrook doesn't bring anything that's going to win, in my opinion. He's not going to bring you winning. He'll bring you box
championships.
Yeah, or championship level. He won't bring you that on his own. I'm sorry. Y'all fight him in the inbox if you don't agree. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Between Game Sports. Again, says that's a great play taken off the Chris Paul playbook. Hard snake dribble. Watch what the role defender's doing and play drift position and take the mid-range. There you go. That's high-level basketball thinking, man. All right, Joseph High said, you think he would have developed faster with LeBron? Who you talking about? Lonzo? No. No. Lonzo played best when LeBron James was hurt. If y'all remember that Houston game when Lonzo got hurt, Lonzo was cooking. And he twisted his ankle, then the season was over. But Lonzo was cooking. The Lakers were up 20 that game. Then after Lonzo went down, we lost that game. So, no, I don't think so at all, actually. Warriors
I think
– Go ahead, AB.
I think the only thing that Lonzo would have probably developed faster with is he would have had to be a better scorer to be on the court with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like his ability to get his own points and then maybe be shifty off the dribble would have had to, like, it would have been something that he would have had to develop a lot more. But yeah, no way. He wouldn't be where he at right now if he would have stayed in LA.
Facts. And Twin Game Sports says again, that's the epitome of Russ, right? Hey, it is what it is, man. Hey, I don't make the rules. I'm your reporter, man. The players do what the players do on the court. Like was said about players have Westbrook no. And I have intimate knowledge on this. I've heard from an NBA insider that everybody loves Russell Westbrook. They love him. Problem is, they know they can't win with him. And it is what it is, man. Because Paul George, when you remember when he got traded to the Clippers, he was like, I ain't taking no Westbrook slander. I'm like, that's cool, but you're talking outside of both sides of your neck because you allowed yourself to be traded right after you just joined him. So that's cool. You say that, but your actions show that you knew you'd rather play with Kawhi Leonard, and you're a smart man for that because you understand it's a different dynamic. Call it. It is what it is, man. We get 2 more comments. AB, we're gonna get back to it. We should have signed Damian Jones over DeAndre Jordan. They should have signed DeRozan, traded Buddy Hield, Westbrook. Shout out to those guys. Boy, you crazy. Valencia says, gotcha, okay. And lastly, Lonzo and LeBron was a solid fit, not the best, but good with each other. Well, they were good when they were good. I just don't think that was good for Lonzo's development plan with a ball-dominant wing like LeBron is. I just don't think that was the best for him.
And it could have, before LeBron got to LA, he was saying, like, I want to play off the ball a little bit more. I want to, you know what I mean? He talked that talk. It didn't happen like that. But from what you see from this Chicago Bulls team, if LeBron would have done what Levine is doing, you know what I mean, and letting Zoe hold it down a lot, or DeRozan, like those two dudes who people thought it wasn't going to work out. You know what I mean? They guys who typically might be ball dominant, especially DeRozan. and his mid-range shots. You know what I mean? If LeBron would have took that blueprint and what they're doing here, then it probably would have worked out, and we would have seen Zoe develop, and them Lakers would have. It would have been NBA champion Lonzo Ball instead of NBA champion Caruso getting the show when they touched down there. But I don't think LeBron is not taking the back seat to nobody. We didn't seen that
ever. It ain't happening, Jack.
Unless it's crunch time.
Oh man.
Yeah. And I love LeBron, but you know he gonna get Anthony Davis a 3 to win the. You know what I'm saying? He gonna.
It's the right pass. It's the right pass.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, KYP, man. Y'all who didn't play basketball at a high level, KYP means know your personnel. Meaning in certain times, certain dudes deserve the ball and certain dudes just don't, man. But I'm going to power through this so we can get to Lamelo.
All right.
Let's do 2 plays at a time.
Lonzo Ball is playing tonight. Yep. Taking with the defense.
Double under Rosen. Bradley to ball. Tough fading 3.
That's a tough shot.
Tough shot.
That's a tough shot, man.
My goodness.
Hand in his face, too.
Hand in his
Bradley.
face, absolutely.
Boy, what a shot.
And that's what 6'6" comes in. 6'6", long arms, yeah.
By Ball, a tough one that stemmed the tide. And now Ball aggressive to the rim.
Oh, let me get some butter.
All y'all dunk package guys. That's a good finesse finish. Go ahead, AB.
That's the Lonzo I love.
Yeah.
Take it, go to the rack, and then finish that thing. If he can do that and knock down this 3 like he been doing, it's
Gucci.
up.
Gucci. Yeah. Let's keep it rocking.
Ball alive. Tough drive by Malik Monk. Howard is there. Stripped by Caruso.
Open court. Look at my boy. Great shovel pass. Right back.
Another
In your
3.
mouth, boy.
Oh, big.
And to AB's point, look at the closeout. Melo respect the shot now. And but Zoe he's so confident in his shot, he let that thing go with no trepidation, no hesitation. Look at that.
Ball. Another 3.
Damn. And look at the swag though, talking to the crowd though. Look at my boy, man. I love it. Go ahead, AB.
No, you're right. That's what I'm saying. That you see from the beginning of this game, when he took that first 3, he had all kind of space. The last 3 threes that he done took, is a hand in his face. They running at him. You know what I mean? Yeah. They starting to respect him, but it's just too late at this point.
But that's the difference between dudes who dunk on guys with body contact, because you got that you got that confidence. Like, man, I don't care what you're doing. This shot going up. I don't care what you're doing. I'm gonna finish this. And that's what Lonzo is. That's the difference between year 1, year 2, and now. It's not reactionary. He's basically dictating the terms on offense, and that is the difference between winning ball and playing not to lose. If as it were.
Give me the hot sauce.
Fair use.
I told you so.
Look at that boy.
Somewhere LeVar Ball is saying, "I told you so, America." Bulls name.
You damn right he's saying that.
Yeah, fact.
I think he's shown everyone.
AB, I gave you credit, man. When you told me how LeVar Ball was in real life, because I thought maybe he was just more or less a caricature of what he really is. LeVar Ball is exactly what he shows you, and he ain't nothing different. LeVar Ball is a guy who willed 3 of his boys to the NBA. I gotta say that. That dude exudes confidence. He's like a black Stone Cold Steve Austin. He means exactly what he say, and if you go sideways, dog, he gonna Stone Cold stun you, whether it's verbally, whatever. That's LeVar, dog. LeVar don't give a shit about if you ain't for him and his boys. You a dead weight to him. That's what he is. That's real talk.
That's a fact. And what I've noticed about LeVar and from talking to like other folks in the family is like that confidence that he has in them is just like they just got like one of the weird like stories where it's just so many moments where like the confidence came from, you know what I mean? Like if you think about, he's a dude who played pro football, right? You know what I mean? Like he wanted to be a basketball player and decided I'm gonna go play pro football, and then he made that go work. You know what I mean? There was a time where he said something about like he could dive off the diving board better than Greg Louganis or something.
Greg Louganis, yeah.
I was talking to his coach Doyle, which is his cousin. He was like, "That boy, bro, he used to flip the thing and then splash and it'll be this, you know what I mean? And he a diver like that. Like it ain't cap, you know, he just being
LeVar
real.
good at everything. He's
Yeah,
good at everything.
yeah.
Dog. He was good at everything. And
I was sitting with him and he was like, "You play chess? If I'd have known you had the chessboard, I would have, you know what I mean?" I'm like, God, dominoes, it don't even matter. He competitive and he come with it like he the best ever. So he that's crazy.
And I'll say this, man. And two, hanging with LeVar and going to Big Yank's house, going to Noonie and Big Bobby's house. Dog, everybody holds him in the highest regard because dog, he LeVar is who he say he is. I don't care if on the media if y'all act like, because what a lot of people in the media, in my opinion, like to do is just look for something he's wrong at and then just push hard on that. But that dude be right on a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And he's just a naturally gifted person. He didn't start playing sports like from an organized fashion since like 16. So sophomore year is when Yank let them start playing sports. So he is a quick study. He learns shit. You call those kind of guys autodidacts. They learn quick. And that's what LeVar Ball is. And I saw, and again, AB, I'm not gonna lie, when I was hanging with him, I just remember what you said. Because whatever I thought of him, when you said that, I was like, damn, that is what it really is. He think all this. He don't embellish nothing. Like LeVar is he's no cap as far as how he perceives it. He believes the world of his kids because he raised them to be that way. And y'all got to understand that when y'all take him in at the stuff he says, and I always tell people, who are you to say he's wrong? Because who raises 3 NBA kids and shot calls it? Who does that? Nobody. Because you got a lot of margin of failure in that statement if you can't deliver on that promise. You know what I'm saying? And he don't worry about that. He don't worry about it if you say he's wrong. He like, hey, I'm gonna tell you how I'm right. And that's how upstanding men will operate, man. I'm gonna tell y'all that.
Yeah.
Right,
no, that's a fact.
Say LeVar and LaMelo are the light-skinned Michael Jordan and Michael Jackson. Okay, I understand what you mean.
I guess.
Yeah, that's a funny comment. Logan said, "What's good? What's up, Logan? What's happening with LiAngelo? Man, we gonna get to that on another stream, but we want to keep the subject matter prevalent to what we're speaking about, and I want to end this out and go to LaMelo real quick.
That he still has a lot in the tank.
Deep three in your mouth, boy.
Give me the hot sauce.
With unlimited
I love
DVR,
it. I love it.
Boy said, "Give me the hot sauce."
Hey, that's when you feel it though. When you pull like that, that's when you know they can't mess with you. So shout out to Lonzo for that shot. All right, let's check out LaMelo Ball now. Like any precursor you got, and I'm gonna power through this one a little quicker. I know we're around the 1 hour mark.
All right, cool. LaMelo, one of them dudes, man. I said this for a long time. I think somebody asked, do they play the same? And I think that the difference between those two is, to me, I feel like Zoe is one of them players who you got to get him in the right situation for him to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Like things got to line up. He got a very specific skill set, things that he good at. If you don't let him do that, then it won't like manifest at the level that it could. And I think the difference is your boy LaMelo, you just could put him anywhere and he gonna thrive, right? And I think it's because you just see his confidence come from someplace else than I feel like Zoe's come from. And you see that, and then you see the impact that has on the court in a different way. And then I feel like when LaMelo's on your team, you just decide, man, let's just do it how LaMelo say do it. You know what I mean? And so I think that's the big difference between the two is one of them is just like a do-it-all, jack-of-all trades at a high level, and one of them is like a tool specialist, assassin type guy. And so, yeah.
And I'm going to give you a perfect analogy. Lonzo is Peyton Manning. LaMelo is Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes got the creativity. He going to throw the ball left-handed. He going to do all this shit. Peyton Manning ain't gonna ever be caught dead doing that shit. But highly effective, not as quote unquote sexy to watch, but very effective either way. It's just about what you want, the hot or cold. And I think that's the difference between those two.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's a great comparison.
Yep. All right, 2 comments and we're gonna get into it. Now we get on the brother I've been high on when I saw his runs at Rico Hines training camp on YouTube against Trae Young, knew LaMelo would be good. And Trae Young gave LaMelo that cosign, like he next up. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Between the Game Sports says natural playmaker, natural passer. LaMelo is a basketball player. The difference between being able to play basketball than being a basketball player. He just forced his will,
Facts.
man. LaMelo just gonna force his will harder than because he got the imagination. The fact that he was shooting those threes from half court in high school consistently. You know, people was closing out on LaMelo Ball, shooting threes from half court. Like it got to a point they start closing out on him. He just he took the lid off of what conventional basketball is. And it's dangerous if you're that good to live up to that type of shit. And that's what LaMelo Ball is. Lonzo is very conventional. So LaMelo saw what Lonzo and Jello could do, and I just took it to the next level. I got no limits. I'm not scared of anything because I know my brothers can do it, and I know in that backyard in Chino, I know I can give it to both of them. So who are you? I know my brothers are the best, so who are you? I don't care about you. You weak. And that's what LeVar instilled in them, and that's what you see, and that's why LaMelo just there's no cap on his ability because he don't think that way. LeVar says all the time, somebody got to be better than Michael Jordan. Why not you? I think out of the three, LaMelo really thinks he can be that. And it's ironic he plays with Michael Jordan.
For sure. No, it's a blessing. That's what you could do when you got somebody who like believe in you like that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of folks don't got that. Like people think you good and you talented and they cheer you on, but they don't like tell you could be the best ever. You know what I mean? So he didn't hurt. You could tell he played like he heard that for a long time.
And I'm letting y'all know. My dad, when I played basketball, he always said, "Man, showcase yourself, son. Showcase yourself, son." And I didn't really take it in like that. I was like, I gotta listen to my coach first. That's the way I always played when I played basketball. But LaMelo kind of has that mentality, like, nah, I'm better than whatever situation I'm in because my dad told me I am, and I believe it. I don't put myself in a limit box of like, oh well, you just can be this good because of this. Like you were saying earlier, getting taken off the draft board, getting taken off the high school ranking board. That don't mean shit to him. That don't mean shit to LaMelo. He look at it like, dog, every game, like, dog, I'm better than everybody I'm facing. And that's just the way I see it. And I can do stuff that other people can't do. And that's what I love about LaMelo. And it's fire and ice again with LaMelo and Lonzo. And that's why I like following the family. And Jello too, man, because Jello, now I'm going to get to Jello. We're going to do AB, if you down, we're going to do a show just on Jello because people,
I'm with it.
I'll be out here battling with my swashbuckle, letting know like Jello is a legit basketball player. And shout out to Marcus Fizer, ex-NBA player for the Bulls. He said, like, if you don't think Jello can play, you don't know basketball. And that is true. Jello can hustle. He can shoot. We know he can shoot. But he does the intricacies that get you on the court. And I just can't wait till he gets to NBA level. And I love the fact that he at least G League level is still producing when people say he wasn't even good enough for this level. So I love that. I have to say that. I cannot leave that alone, but I want to stay focused on what we're talking about. So Raptor says, I see Zoe as Tom Brady. I understand what you mean. Who great comparison with Mahomes. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, it kind of splitting hairs. We talking about Tom Brady.
The same,
two of the greatest quarterbacks. So I'm riding with you, bro. All right, so let's knock this out real quick, AB, and tell me what you think. Tell me we want me to stop, and I'll try to stop it. I won't try to stop it every little second I see. Woo. I almost dropped my feet.
Gordon, power dribble inside, finds Lamelo in the corner.
I said I won't stop it. I'm gonna stop it. That shows you can play off ball. So everybody who say that LaMelo is just a highlight reel, you can play off ball at a proficient level. And I want to point that out because that's something that, believe it or not, guys, a lot of high-level guys just can't sit corner and just knock that three down because their mind's thinking way beyond that.
First bucket of the game. Here's Lamelo. Hit one a moment ago. Another offensive rebound. 2 for a quarter. Lamelo.
Anything you want to say on that first?
I remember way back in when we were in JBA, right? We're in, I believe it was Russia, right? And there was a highlight that came out where he did a half spin or something, dropped the dude, and then took the three. And I remember he like chased it down. You know what I'm saying? Like he still was active in the play.
I remember that.
He
I know
shot.
what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking
And
about.
people was like, he shot the ball, but he didn't even think it was going in. That's why and I feel like that's where he get the second shot from right there. You know what I mean? I see guys in the NBA take that three and then automatically start fading up out of it. You know what I mean? And he got a different mentality where he waiting for it to go in and then find himself some more space to kind of to get that second three. That's what that remind me of.
No, I'm with that. And it shows just basically LaMelo is unconscious, man. Like, and that's what Pat Mahomes is. I threw interception. In this case, he missed a three. Hey, I'm locked and loaded because some guys are gun shy. When you miss the first one, you don't want to take another one because you just missed one. Because you basically get inside your head. LaMelo was like, hey, man, this thing going up. And that thing went up and it went down. And that's what I love about, again, that's that Pat Mahomes in him that, hey, man, I got a goldfish memory, bro. Next play.
Yep.
Well, you had them spread out with the three ball by Golden State. Golden State playing on the road for the first time in a long time. They had a historically long 8-game homestand.
On this young group right here, I'm going to tell you what, this guy knows how to pass the ball, pass the open.
Off ball, deep three. So that tells me you knew it was going up already. And you're not worried about the defender. You worry about the court spacing. And that, again, proficient players understand the scenario before the scenario happens. And that's why I love that young man's game.
Yeah.
And Jaheim says, not Jaheim, he says 0 minutes for Jello's night. Damn, I sure hate to hear it.
Yeah, that sucks.
Go ahead, AB.
No, I was saying that 0 minutes for Jello, that's hard to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that sucks.
But I think what you said, I think going into the NBA for Melo, he wasn't given enough credit for how smart of a basketball player he was. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of those different stops he had, like, really instilled some game in him. But a shout out to his like manager, trainer, like Jermaine Jackson. You know what I mean? Because I think like a lot of that stuff that you see, being able to move without the ball, is things that if you like go through their Instagram, like it's drills that he done worked on for sure.
Absolutely. Shout out to Purple Goat, man. Man, Jackson doing his thing, man. Great catalyst to where LaMelo Ball is right now.
For sure.
LaMelo knows how to shoot it. His third, first point.
Can't help off several guys on the floor in the dribble drive.
So this is the difference between LaMelo and Lonzo. LaMelo got the creativity. Like Lonzo, basically, you know, Doctor Strange, where he thinks of all the scenarios that could go right or wrong, and he makes the one that makes the most sense. LaMelo don't give a goddamn. I'm going to impose my will no matter what statistics say, no matter what convention is, I'm going to do my thing. And you just don't see too many guards with that type of confidence. Look at this shit, man. Look
at his feet right there.
Guys on the floor in the dribble drive.
Come on, man. Before the shot go in, who shoots that?
Yeah.
Who shoots
Look
that?
how off balance he is. His feet, he hit the ground cross. You know what I mean? Like
LaMelo don't care about the numbers of what convention says. And I pointed this out on my last film session. This only dude you know is confident shooting floaters from the free throw line. Like the free throw line, his free throw line floater is as potent as the next man's mid-range shot. Yep. And that is something to be held in high esteem, man. Go ahead, D.
I think that's the interesting part about his game. He got so many moves, or like you said, the creativity. It's hard to guard because you've never seen that before. You know what I mean? Like when we talk about that full court pass, and you have players who can get behind them because they play 60 games in the year, 80 games in a year, and there's only 2 or 3 teams that's actually running that hard. You know what I mean? It's only a few players who you're going to guard who are going to take that mid-range pull-up like that.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
And guys, if y'all don't know, it's hard to guard guys who have that type of imagination, because what makes you a good defender is you understand tendencies. And when you understand a player's tendencies, you can predict when they do certain things. But a guy who doesn't go conventionally, something that you would think that a normal player would do off a certain break, LaMelo will do the opposite because he don't give a shit. And that's very hard to contend at this level if it's proficient. Now, if you out there doing some clown stuff, obviously that doesn't work. But it works at a high level. No, you're right. Don't back off that. So that's the difference between a Westbrook and Lamelo, because his is still proficient, and that's very hard to defend as a defender.
It hurts you. That creates a shot. Lamelo ball. That's a horse shit. Just like we've seen all year. The Hornets get a hot guy in the basketball, has to find him in.
Miles Bridges gets inside, looks for help. Found Lamelo. Oh!
Confidence, knocked down. All that funky jumper commentary, they don't mean nothing to Lamelo. They don't mean nothing to him. They don't mean nothing to him.
This look at him here. Remember, we talked about when Zoe took the one shot and then he left the leg up and hopped, and we were like, would you ever see him do that? Melo come in the league with the whole straight up. And that's the confidence. It's just different.
You're right. So Lonzo has grown into this spirit. Lamelo live in that spirit. That's just facts.
Scored first quarter triple.
When he shoots that one, you know he's feeling good. Look at this. Miles just throws it to a spot. All 4 shots have been on the front rim.
Quick mistake too last night?
Well, no, I did not. But
that's that float out.
Mike went out. I can't hear you. No. Now you muted.
What about now?
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Right, so that's that floater I was just talking about. Lamelo uses his floater the same way guys use a mid-range jumper. And that is a very potent attribute to your game, much less like Chris Paul uses his mid-range, much less how Steph Curry occasionally uses his. I'll turn the volume off, but look at this, like coming off a double ball screen. Most players plant their feet, hit a nice little perfect mid-range if they're smart. Excuse me. Lamelo uses the floater as his mid-range, and it's the same shit. If you can hit the same clip, it's the same thing. But that just shows how controlled his game is, even though it's high imagination, high fluidity, he still can control it and know where his spots are. And that's why I love LaMelo game so much. Go ahead.
And I think too, like we were talking about earlier, when you're as a defender, you don't know what to do in that situation, right?
Absolutely.
Like you said, the normal player gonna come and stop, and then all right, I gotta close out here, or he gonna attack the basket, and then you got at the rim, he's running at you full speed, like he coming to the basket and shooting the mid range at the same time. You know what I mean? Like it's just hard. It's a tough position to be in.
It's an incredibly tough position to be in. And good players make you continuously guess. And that's, again, the difference between LaMelo and a lot of the point guards is you just got to constantly be figuring him out. Let's keep it rolling.
Front rim.
Quick mistake too last night?
Well, no, I did not, but LaMelo ball.
And to be noted, he shoots that shot when the game is still close. So that's not like a run out victory or like getting your ass whooped shot. That's a shot that matters in the game.
Versus a good team too.
Huh?
I was saying versus a hell of a good team too.
Versus arguably the best team in the NBA.
Bridges using that upper. LaMelo.
Like, come on, man. This is off balance. Just contact. Again, there's no limits to what he thinks on the court. Now, this is a decent closeout. I want to show this is a decent closeout. I don't know who this is. It's Draymond or whatever. This is a good closeout.
LaMelo.
That's Draymond.
Off the window intentionally.
Great shot.
Hates it when it hits the rim.
Cody Martin had a solid second quarter.
Now, I don't love that finish. That was kind of clunky, but great cross-court pass, understanding that everybody's focused on you. So if as we look, all right, so you coming in, you got all your defenders keying in on you because you're having a great offensive game. You got this money over here in the corner. Great offensive awareness by LaMelo.
Cody Martin had a solid second quarter.
It's like an old man finish over the top, but I'll take it. That's 2 points.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the blessings, I remember when he was in Australia, right? And they talked about how folks expected his number or like his assists to go up because the NBA lets you take like damn near 7 dribbles, it looked like, and they still give you assists. You know what I mean? There's some of these assists from this game where he handed to somebody, they shoot the ball 5 seconds later and they count that as an assist, So that's just something funny. I was looking at like he pump fake, dribbled in, went up and under, and then still assist, like it's a lot.
Tell you what, AB, it's 2 things in the NBA I don't know. I don't know what a travel is. I don't know what assist is.
Yeah.
The variance is so wide. I mean, whatever you say it is, I'll go with that.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly what you see in this game. Yeah. But.
Oh, and the beat continue. That's called throwing your teammate open.
I love that. No look, just drop it off in your scoring pocket. Your man trying to close out. It's too late, homeboy. It's too late. Mm-hmm. You create that space. Miles Bridges.
Nice. Wow,
And let me say this. Good point guards give you the ball in your scoring pocket, meaning the most advantageous way to hurry up and score. That's just you see the play early, your man. He saw Miles Bridges' man was sagging off. Let me get to him quick. And he got to him quick and let Miles Bridges do his thing. And that's what good players do, man. That's what good players do.
And in that play,
go ahead.
I was gonna say in that play, it looked like he's seen Miles Bridges and he like did like a little drop off, no look pass or whatever, but he looked like he did it to create more space. You know what I'm saying? Like dribbled inside a little bit just to even, get Miles a little bit more space. And I'll say I listened to one of them post game like pressers recently where Miles Bridges talked about LaMelo, and he said what you said. He was like, it's so great being his teammate because he wants to know where guys' shooting pocket is. He wants to know where you like the ball so you can score the ball. You know what I mean? And that's all of that's intentional, and that's what make him a kind of a great passer.
Absolutely, man. When I played ball, I was a finisher. Y'all 2K players, y'all can realize that archetype. I like guys to give me the ball where I was comfortable so I can go up, baby hook, dunk, whatever. And it was different with guys who pass out of necessity because they over penetrated and guys who pass because it's the right thing to do. And guys who pass because it's the right thing to do, it made me look so much better as a player. And I talked again, Marcus Fizer about this. He was talking about playing with certain guards, like he played with Jamal Tinsley at Iowa State. He was like, that's the best point guard he had because JT gonna hit you in the face if you ain't ready. Because he knows your game better than you know your game in certain respect. And as we know, Jamal Tinsley ended up being a good NBA point guard. It's a difference. So I do want to accentuate that as we look again. It's not a fast break. It's a transition. But you got your guard here committing early. You got here, he got responsibility here, and this guy's kind of drifting. So you have a scoring opportunity. Now I would tell you this: bad point guards over drive this here because it looks open. A savant understands that dude's running on his back heels. You can't take care of that. You can't because you're trying to figure out what I'm doing. He's trying to figure out what LaMelo's doing. LaMelo knows he's backpedaling, so he know he's gonna backpedal. And maybe him and Miles Bridges got that chemistry like that. But that's an open shot. Well, that's a late closeout. That's a late closeout.
And it looked like he damn near like picked. He passed it and then picked the closest defender right there as well. You know what I mean? Right. Like with him dropping it off and cutting inside, he, created so much more space. So savant, man, savant.
He's a savant, man. Shout out to Wealth Engineering, man. Good brother, man. Y'all check his channel out, man. Great information. If you want to make money, keep money, and make money. Wealth Engineering is your guy. All right, so we're gonna round this out. Let's finish this bad boy up.
All right.
This is a classic opportunity.
Fair use.
To go 2 for 1. Rozier, the quick shot.
Now that's more or less, a guy who got that wiggle, who got that chop in him. That's just a realizing, getting the ball up early, giving it to Terry Rozier. Not a lot to talk about that.
But look where he at though right now.
All right, let me
he underneath the basket, ready to get the board.
Exact. Goddamn, AB. Every time I think I understand this stuff, boy, you just got the little intricate and idiosyncrasies down. Mm-hmm. You make me step my game up, AB. Appreciate you, bro.
For 1. Rozier, the quick shot.
Now he getting boxed out, but he's ready to mix it up to get the rebound. That's an awesome point. Y'all see LaMelo right here, trying to mix it up to get that rebound. He ain't passing and just drifting off. He's passing, getting that money down there. That's a great point, AB.
Hits it. There's your rebound. Here come the Hornets. LaMelo's going to take the air out of the ball. Oh, Oubre!
Now, I will say this. That's some of the ugliest moves I've seen in my life.
What
is that?
Yeah. He's there. What that? Yeah, I don't know.
He look like me at 38 years old trying to hoop. Those are some very uncrisp crossovers. But I will give him credit that even with those horrible crossovers, he still got the presence of mind. Now Kelly Oubre is a athletic guy, shaky. I don't know if I would trust him for 3, but I can't fault you for doing this. I can't fault you.
Yeah.
I can't fault you.
He been hot lately though. He started the season ice cold and he's starting to come along.
That's fair.
Oubre from behind the arc,
Yeah, that's fair. So we got a high free throw line extended, 3-point line extended, pick and roll up high. Let's check it out. Come on, pick and roll. Boom. Boom. That's a nice layup, man. It just that's what you call like an old school dude layup. Like that's nice little. You put the ball out far and away. You got a long wingspan, and you basically you going off the way that the person jumps, and that's a veteran layup. Let me put it that way. Most young guys don't do shit like that, and I gotta give them credit for that. Yep. Anything you got on that, AB?
Man, I'll say the beauty of his finishing is as he is going to the rim like that, you can see the defender still has to be like worried about maybe you might pass it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you can't even commit to really jump or leave his feet because he could drop it off to somebody at any moment.
Facts, and that's why everything that we built this up to matters. Pulling up deep 3. Going out, seeking the rebound after the shot, putting the ball up, because basically the defender is guessing with a whole bunch of scenarios. He basically has not had a pattern down yet of what LaMelo is going to present. And that's the benefit of that type of skill set, that you don't even know when he's going to do a running layup like that. You don't know, because you're still trying to bite on what you predict he does. So that's in our film session there, man. And I think that these are important because when we talk about players at such a high level, people like to, bring up box scores. And that's cool. But box scores don't tell the whole tale of what a player encompasses. And when you watch these two players, they're succeeding because they have nuances that don't necessarily show up on paper. And I'm passionate about highlighting this because I think some people only just compare the box score when they try to assess these two players, and I think it's very unfair.
Yeah, for sure. I think I always go back to when Zoe was coming out of UCLA. Obviously, he was shooting the 3-pointer at a pretty high percentage in college or whatever. But the things that they said you got to get this guy for, none of it was box score. They weren't like he going to out rebound everybody. He going to assist. They said he going to shape the culture of your team, infectious passing. He gonna push the pace. He gonna be a leader in your locker room. It's all of these things that you could look at 1,000 box scores and you can't say, oh man, this dude is a hell of a leader. He can't, but you gotta like actually watch him play. And even now, like we watch the offensive highlights, the defensive highlights are even crazier when you watch Zotis, you know what I mean, these days. So yeah, it's some nuances to their game, man, that make them special for sure.
It is what it is. And so this is just the thing that and the point of my channel, guys, the point of my channel is to get you to look at the intricacies of things. I know because in this ball sphere, as it were, it gets wild. It gets very vast. And as an ex-basketball player, I just want y'all to understand the things that really make these guys special. And even if it gets 1,000 likes, views, or whatever, I feel like my contribution to this space is to show you the stuff that if you didn't play at quite a high level, what to look for. Look for. Like, so it's obvious these guys are special. It's obvious. But I want you to see the little small things that make them special and why their teammates love them. You will never see a teammate say, I can't stand Lonzo Ball. You'll never see a teammate say, I can't stand LaMelo Ball. It's because these little small things we point out that do not show up on the on the box score. And that's what, if my channel don't serve no other purpose in this space, it's for this. Because this stuff needs to be accentuated because you know how it goes, AB.
Yeah.
Because of LeVar's profile, because of LaMelo's profile, because of Lonzo's disposition, things go either super high, super low. And my thing is to show you the minutia in between all that listen, man, these are damn good ball players and they were taught to play the right way. And y'all got to respect the craft that is to be a good NBA point guard, which is the hardest position to play in the world, not named the NFL quarterback.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's hard, and it's kind of crazy that out of that little house not little house, but out in Chino Hills, they brought out, you know what I mean, two, you know what I mean, amazing point guards, you know what I mean, who are in my eyes generational talents, you know what I mean, Absolutely. From that one little backyard court, that one little no-name high school at one point, and so it's commendable for sure.
It's commendable and it's to be respected. And then so when people get sideways, I understand because when you get passionate behind something, you hold it to a certain standard and you want it to continuously be there. But I want you to also understand that these dudes at the highest level. And if we're being honest, chronicling where they're at, they define odds that most people would never dream of being at. It would be successful if you raised 2 Division III basketball players. That would be successful. Like, if you raise 2 Division II players, damn, okay, you raised some hoopers. You raised 3 Division I players, damn, you did that. This man raised 3 NBA players. Listen, guys, it's levels. Like Meek Mill say, it's levels to this shit. So whether you want to admit it or not, I understand that, but I just want to level set people all the time about what you are encompassing. What are you encountering with this experience? And you better appreciate it because you're not going to see a lot of cases like this.
Yeah. And I'll to piggyback off that, I think that there's something to be said in a world where we're talking about professional sports, professional basketball, is not only did you raise 3 NBA level basketball players, you raised and created 3 basketball players that have one of the biggest brand identities of any basketball player. You know what I mean? Like it's something special about being great at basketball and also being a household name. Absolutely. And like there's people who play basketball well, you know what I mean? There's brothers in the league and all 3 of them could walk in the supermarket and we might say that they tall and maybe they hoop, but we don't know that. You know what I mean? We don't recognize them by their face. No, these 3 dudes here, you know what I mean? They collectively could, you know what I mean? They could walk into any mall in America and then folks would be like, oh, it's Lonzo Ball, it's LaMelo, and that's Jello. And that in itself is valuable and commendable as well.
It is, and I tell you my story living out here. I live in Pico Rivera, California, which is like right outside of LA. I went to Downey, which is one city over. I told you that lady I had big baller brand stuff on, and she had that, she had that vitriol. But once I explained to her of what LeVar has done with his kids, she's like, "Oh, I never thought of it that way." Oh, okay. And she had no smoke no more. Another one, I had a customer of mine. I'm in sales. And she's like, "Oh, I like the kids, but his dad is an ass." I'm like, "Well, okay. Why do you say that?" And her reason was bullshit. I was like, "Okay, well, you may feel that way because that's the way the media portrayed it. But let me tell you what LeVar does for his kids. Let me tell you what LeVar is about." I told her because it was right after I went to the mansion and met with him. And she was like, "Oh, okay. I never looked at it that way." And she left away from it. So I think, it's not my job to evangelize for the family or LeVar, but I think on some level it's my duty just to show what I observed from him. And I told you in the beginning of the stream, what you told me was true of how he is. And I think I owe it to people to tell you the honest truth of what I surmised from LeVar. Because he's a genuine dude, make your food at the house, talk shit all day. You know how LeVar is. LeVar is a hilarious dude, man. And he, from what I surmise, he ain't got a fake bone in his body. Now, you can say how accurate some of his depictions of things are. That's on you. But that dude if he say something, he mean it. And he don't change it. Whether it's long as the day is long, he mean it. And he is not parsing his words. He's not trying to veil his true opinion. His opinion is his opinion. Yeah. And if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. And I remember telling stories about Shannon Sharp, about Chris Carter, Skip Bayless. What's that dude who was following him at first, man, overseas, that white guy?
Jeff Goodman.
Jeff Goodman. Dog, Voss, he is who he is, man. It's like you get down and lay down, and that's how he is. And that's just the facts. That's just the facts, man.
Yeah.
So, AB, man, what you got, man, before we peace out, man? I appreciate you being part of the stream. What you got, bro?
Nah, man, I appreciate you having me, man. This was dope, man. This was dope. I love hearing you, break that down and use all of the basketball lingo and you know what I'm saying, them TI words, you know what I'm saying, you got, you know what I'm saying. So I appreciate it, bro, anytime, man. And I do. When you do the Jello video, we need to talk about it because if I remember correctly, I feel like you done grown a lot in your Jello take. You know what I'm saying?
I have, yes.
Yeah. So
Tina is the reason, man. Tina got on my ass twice, and I mentioned Jello, and I was talking about the brother. So yeah, no, I've expanded my Jello appreciation big time. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, I have.
Straight up.
Yeah. So I have, man. I appreciate you calling me out because I don't not offended at all by that. So, man, thank y'all for tuning into the chat, man. AB the Hero, as y'all know, one of the OGs in the ball sphere. And you know how the ball sphere is very vast now, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing that brothers are covering this family. You know what I'm saying? So it's such a high clip. It's awesome that I don't know. It's not in me. But having like live streams of the full game, it's good that people invested in that. I think that is it is pertinent to have a TI word, to have people understanding the full experience, understanding. And tidbit, me and TI have the same name. His name is Clifford as well. So
that's right. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So Clifford Harris is his name. I'm Clifford Franks. So yeah, man. Go ahead.
Oh, damn. I was going to tell you, it's over now, it looked like. But this Hornets game, I got it on over here. They were up by like 20, and it was just down. It was 118 to 121, the final score. And it was the Pacers came back, had the ball on the last possession, and couldn't get a shot off to tie it up. So, yeah, I was over here like free. So, yeah.
Already, man. You good. You good. So, man, thank y'all who patronize the page. Man, y'all go follow AB the Hero, one of the OGs in the baller sphere. I think we need to officially name with the ball.
Yeah, I call it what I call it the ball verse.
The ball verse.
That's what I call it. Yeah.
The ball verse. So, AB is the Morpheus of the ball verse. You know what I'm saying? And so,
straight up.
Yeah. All right, man. So, man, appreciate you, bro. Y'all who follow the channel, man, hit the like button on the way out. everything. I'm gonna let Kendrick Perkins take us to the purgatory. And anything you got, AB, before we leave?
Nah, that's it, man. Appreciate you, man. Salute to everybody who jumped in the chat and in the comment section. And yeah, it's been real.
There you go, man. I think I got one more comment.
Flight Sports in there.
There you go. My guy. Flight coming in on the tail end. I know you probably had that stream going for the game. I appreciate you, bro. Because guys like Flight are just very important for this space, for the ball verse. And we just gotta keep telling that gospel the right way. Keep telling the message the right way. And I think all of us are very important in this space. And that's all I got, man.
Yeah.
So the next time, Kendrick Perkins, take us out, baby.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon.